sense, because I've been in negotiations in the region, and of course in our own country, that Kenya Kwanza, let me be respectful to them today, are not serious about this dialogue. They clearly are not. And I think out of this consultative forum, the resolutions that will come out, need to call them out. Yeah, you can always know when somebody is serious. How do you prefix dialogue with a denial in the first place? Denial that this is it, we are not on it, and we can only discuss IEBC reconstitution. That's what makes me think they are not serious about dialogue. I agree with Gaucho. Gaucho said, the ghetto president, he said, these people, if they don't want, there's no dialogue they want. And I want to give him a negotiating principle. Dugu Gaucho, are you in the house? The ghetto president. It's right there. You find this applicable to Kenya Kwanza. If you cannot dazzle them, dazzling, you can't dazzle them with brilliance, then baffle them with bullshit. These guys may think they're bullshitting us, but I think we'll give them the bullshit. I'm sorry to use that four-letter word. It comes to a time must come when you must call a spade a spade. Either they are serious about this, or they are not. But even if they are not, they need to recognize Kenyans have equal rights. And that you cannot sit on my rights and pretend you are doing me a favor. Therefore, the right to demonstrate, I think Mama Mombi did it very well on Article 1. We've been quoting Article 37 clearly. I saw Kithure Kindiki making an attempt in Parliament, which is actually even constitutional, because either you go back to the provisions of BBI, which made it possible for ministers. We were suggesting the ministers can come from outside and from Parliament, some of them members of Parliament, in order to deal with question time on the floor of the House. Now they're trying to do it through the window. I think, Churchill, they must have learned their tricks on how to become a student. You go to a driving school. That's what they have done. Go to a driving school in order to get them on the floor of the House. But be that as it may, Kithure Kindiki says the police did not have express orders to fire live bullets at demonstrations. Something tells me he's not an insider. Something is telling me Kithure Kindiki doesn't know. We want him then to tell the country, why is it that an attempt, a deliberate attempt, was made on the life of Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga when we did the demonstrations in Embakasi South? Deliberate. Where was a young man I mentored called Kithure Kindiki? So when he comes to Parliament and makes it look so good, he's sanitizing a regime that has already shown they are willing to spill blood, even of the leadership in this country. If it wasn't that Raila Odinga's vehicle was armored, we would be talking a different story. Therefore, from this forum, please join me in demanding a thorough investigation on that attempt on the life of Raila Odinga. Otherwise, it will be casual. We are talking about men and women who don't care about shedding blood. And if they had knocked out Raila Odinga, and the assumption is people will demonstrate for 1 week, for 2 weeks, and they will forget. I think now they know when it comes to demonstrations, Kenyans have a sense of resilience. I agree with others who have said that we should, as we negotiate, if we find there is no good faith, and we said that, I think in the statement that our brother Oparanya issued on our behalf, we have made it clear, if we see evidence of no good faith, as indeed is clearly demonstrable from their own actions and utterances at every level, then the Kenyans have a right to go back to the streets. But imagine taking out Raila Odinga. Would we be thinking about this country? And have we stopped to calculate at whatever level? You assassins, we address you and your financiers. Have you tried to calculate even whether it will be safe for you to call Kenya your homeland? Therefore, we must stand strong. We must stand strong. We cannot be cowed. We love this country beyond what these people can imagine. We have no other place to call home. Kwa hivyo nawashukuruni sana. Remember, Gaucho, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, then baffle them. Baffle them with bullshit. May God bless you and bless our country. Whatever level, you assassins, we address Kenya, your homeland. Therefore, we must stand strong. We must stand strong. We cannot be cowed. We love this country beyond what these people can imagine. We have no other place to call home. Kwa hivyo nawashukuruni sana. Remember, Gaucho, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, then baffle them. Baffle them with bullshit. May God bless you and bless our country.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for those sobering thoughts. You know, we are saying we are saying that we are people who reason together. Many things have been said by our brothers and sisters who have come on this stage. This is a time when we are supposed to open plenary. Baba and the leadership team that is here have very patiently sat for the last 3 hours listening to us. So I would like to negotiate with you and say we go a maximum of half an hour and we divide that half an hour between us and the leadership so that we give 10 minutes to someone who has a very burning issue. Please don't raise any matter that has already been raised. You have a very burning issue. Please address it and then give Baba and the leadership team 20 minutes. So a maximum of 30 minutes. Is that acceptable? Is that acceptable? So just come. I'd already recognized you. Please don't use the mic yet. Just come. Switch it off, please. So you are number one. And we'd like to be very brief. The second person would be someone who represents youth and persons with disability. She's called Wanja Maina Hana. If you put up your hand, somebody will bring a mic to you. Please bring a mic. Please give them that mic. I'll give you mine. Yeah? So Hannah, you'll be number 2. Mzee Nyandika, can I see your hand? Yeah, so Mzee Nyandika is here as an elder. We haven't had the elders speak. So I'll take 3 more from the audience by a show of hands. 2 here and 1 up there. So 2 here. Yes, the lady. 1. I'm looking. Yes, elder. Up there, 1 person. Yes, sister. Come down. Okay? Could you, all of you, come here? So you give a mic to each other and we take precisely 10 minutes. But they want Mzee to see them. You want Mzee to see you? Yeah, so we could either speak down there or up here. So number 1, brother, precise, very brief.
Your Excellency, Your Excellencies, Honorable Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, Mama Martha Wangari Karua, waheshimiwa, ndugu zangu, mabibi na mabwana, hamjambo. Jambo la kwanza, ningependa tu kuchukua fursa hii kueleza nyinyi wa Kenya vitu viwili peke yake. Ya kwanza, ningeomba mkumbuke mwaka wa 1990. There was a country called Romania. It had a president called Ceausescu and Mrs. Ceausescu. They were put on firing squad. You know why? Because of what is happening in Kenya today. So let us not take this country as a joke. We have children. We have grandchildren. We don't want to leave them on fire. Ladies and gentlemen, I am asking you, Baba, look at us. We are helpless. Tunakuja maandamano alafu tunakutana na watu wako na risasi. Hiyo sio maandamano. Turuhusiwe pia sisi tubebe zetu. Tukutane na wao ndio wajue sisi ni wanaume pia. We do not want jokes anymore in Kenya. Gentlemen, I will remind you about Rwanda, our country, our neighboring country here. A plane was shot down. It had Abariamana and Uliengiamana. They were from here in Nairobi doing negotiation for peace. My friend, 1 million people died. Is that what you want to see in this republic? Alafu mtu anakuja kusema ati Raila anataka handshake. Raila anataka handshake ya nani? Tulimpatia kura na ameshinda. Tunataka handshake ya nani? Open the motherfucker. Ndio mtajua. Tumeshinda.
Asante sana.
Wanaosimamia mjambo, nitasema hapa, nataka niwakumbushe wa Kenya, tumewahi kukusanya pesa kushinda serikali yoyote tumewahi kuwa naye since independence. Kodi ile inatolewa ni hali ya juu zaidi. Pesa hizo mahali zinaenda hatujui. Ya pili, ni vile wamepeana kazi. Mimi nashangaa hapa mbele, baba, unatupenda sana sisi kama Wakisii. Hakuna Mkisii hapa hata mmoja. Na kuna wengine walikuwa kwa koti yako za yote. Hata wanakuamuza asubuhi kwa nyumba yako. I'm very bitter about that. We must go to the drawing board. Wengine wanasukuma, wengine ambao ni viongozi tunaona mbele. Mimi vile niko hivi. Nimeitwa mikono mingi na Wakisii wale wanaenda kugonga kwa milango ya Ruto wafunguliwe pesa. Nimesema sitaenda. Na baba, wacha nikuambie. Sijui kama kuna serikali. Sijui, sielewi. Mimi sielewi. Makosa yale Ruto amefanya na serikali yake within this very short time. Sijui kama inaweza kurekebishwa namna gani. Distribution of jobs amempa watu ya njia ile namna ya kuponya pesa. Hata muangalie kabisa na hiyo ni wakumbuzi. Kikuyu anapewa minister, PS ni mtu yake. Nao ndio watu wanaanza serikali. If it means incitement, let it be. Anapewa pande hii account ni mtu yake. Pesa inaingia na kuchomolewa, hatutavumilia baadaye. Nashukuru sasa, nataka nikupe kiongozi baba kutoka Kisii. Kana hiki kijana wetu nilimwona hapa. Hata kama kwa sababu tuna wabunge. Kana msichana yule ambaye ulinominate ambaye nominated MP. Irene Mayaka. Wabunge ambao wamechaguliwa na tiketi yako. Wacha kuwa na huruma sana. You are my friend. If there is a friend of yours, the true friend, ni mimi. Wacha nikuambia huruma, wacha. Amwafoto Burangata. Utunyima mbunge ambaye tungechagua ukatupatia tarakasi. Core election there. Mimi ni mfuata Burangata. Sitaki kuongea mengi. Nafikiria nimekumbuza na yale machache ambayo nimekuwa naye, ningeongea mengi. Lakini ngine nitakuhisi papo kidogo tu. Asante.
Asante mzee Nyandika. Nipeane mwelekeo kidogo tu. Kwanza walio sehemu. Asante mzee Nyandika. Utamsalimia unapoteremka chini. Tafadhali. unaweza kupitia hapa umsalimie. Asante mzee Nyandika. Tumpigie mzee Nyandika makofi. Sisi ambao tuko upande huu tuko na nafasi pale juu, yeyote anajiunga nasi aelekee juu. Na vijana ambao tunatembea tembea, hii ni awamu muhimu sana. Na mwisho hapa, kindly if you can, one issue, alafu unaketi. I think the lady perhaps, kindly. Asante. Endelea.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. Nataka kusalimia baba tena. Wakati ambayo nilimsalimia mwisho tulikuwa Nakuru. The last time niliongea na baba tulikuwa University of Nairobi, an alumni, na baba alikuwa atupe 6,000. Na hiyo 6,000 ilikuwa ikuje the first week of the month. Kwa hivyo kama hawangetufanyia vipindi, saa hii ningekuwa na 4,000 imebaki kwa sababu alikuwa amesema 6. Alafu hiyo ingine tunapeleka weekend. Baba, I'm the national chairperson of people with disabilities in Jubilee. Kuna hii issue ya cost of living, na kwa sababu in your wisdom, I wish you tie it to the issue of social protection. Kwa sababu hiyo issue ya cost of living, it really affects people who are at the bottom of the pyramid. Na hiyo social protection, it delays, haikuji, inapelekwa funny, and if it can be added, we can solve this issue for once and for all, because we are as strong as our weakest link. Issue ya pili, ni mambo niongea moja lakini nitaongea mbili, ni hiyo issue ya IEBC. Hiyo issue ya IEBC iko na mambo mengi ndani yake, including vituko na vipindi ambayo IEBC wamekuwa wakifanyia people with disabilities ambao wanataka kukuwa nominated in county assemblies and in national assemblies. Issue 2 ndani ya IEBC ni voter apathy ya mavijana. And that is why sisi tumekuwa request baba, please make it to be all inclusive, because our issues are very many na hatuwezi miss chance ya kuongelelea hiyo maneno. Number 3 and lastly, tungependa kuambia baba is that people have been really requesting to join the maandamano. I was there. Ni vile tu niliona tear gas ilikuwa mingi, but we really want to go to the maandamano. So make the maandamano safe and then we shall come back. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. May God bless you. Karibu mzee.
Okay. Asante sana. Your Excellency, Right Honorable Odinga, Mother Karua, Honorable Malwa. Kwa majina mimi naitwa Joseph Ngeno. I'm Azimio Chairman, Bomet County. I've come here to also show solidarity with the people of Kenya with this fight for social justice. And I'm just here because the time my issue is only one. I'm going to spare one issue. But the problems that the people of this country are going through are the same. People in Bomet, people in Mandera, Mombasa, Busia are experiencing the same problems. Kama hii shida ya mshahara, for example, I'm a retired civil servant, mimi sijalipwa, ingawa mimi natoka upande compound, watu wanaweza fikiria wanapata special treatment. So I'm saying that we have people in all parts of this country who are with you, Baba, in solidarity for this fight. We are also saying that with respect to the server, we know that if you said you want, the best thing would be open it so that everybody can see. Otherwise, I just want to give you salam kutoka Bomet. Asante sana, Mungu bariki.
Asante
Senator and the President Emeritus, Meru University. Comrades power! Comrades viva! I'm here specifically for one thing, the issue on comrades. We know very well Baba is the fourth arm of government. And so being a government, it means you have everything. So I'm going to request Baba, because it is a government. Baba is a government. Baba, students in this country who are the next leaders in this country are really going through hard times. The specific one is students are being traumatized. We have institutions whereby students are being subjected to. But because you are a government, I'm requesting that only listen to the cases raised by the comrades. Comrades power. Just the same way we have the juvenile courts. Because right now, to a point that the other day you had students who are having the candle lighting condoling with our fellows who were involved in accident. You find that our students being subjected to a suspension or to an expulsion just for doing such a thing. So many students have been sent home. Baba, let's have, may we have, I'm requesting, may we have part of the judiciary that only listen to the cases of the students. As you witnessed what happened in Mary University sometimes back, when the vice chancellor was being taken away, we stood firm and we ensured that he was reinstated. And we want to thank God for that. But some of us were almost being taken away.
Kushukuru Baba kwa yale amefanyia hii nchi. Nakumbuka wakati mmoja 1989 nilikuwa kazini Minister of Foreign Affairs, asubuhi mapema tukaweviana hivi haja kama hakuwa ananijua, alafu jioni alikuwa naenda ofisi pale Ajip kenda nyumbani. Sasa tangu wakilia nimekuwa nikipiga ati mimi natoka Udhaya na nataka kuambia wana youth hasa nyinyi Kimathi wakati yalienda msituni na nyinyi
na sitarudi nyuma. Baba, kile nataka kukuambia mchana wa leo, usilegeze kamba, sababu nimeangalia kwa umbali, naona wale watu ile kitu wanafanya ni mimi nikidire na mimi naambia baba asilegeze kamba. Wakienda kwa mazungumzo wasileta yale wapa akina Ngaucho akina Rudu Mombi. Ninasema hakuna haki itapatikana kama hiyo inaendelea hapa nje. Viva baba, wewe kwa nchi yetu ya Kenya. Nashukuru Mungu sana kwa kulinda wewe miaka yote, na nashukuru sana sababu wewe ulichukua jukumu la kutetea mwananchi wa kawaida kila wakati. Na nasema hivi, mara ya kutoa kiti ya uongozi wa rais, and I know Raila people's driven leader, not an individual leader. Thank you so much. Long live Baba.
My dear, asante ndugu, karibu.
Nimekuwa nikifuatilia mahoka in the city of Nairobi, na sisi hoka tumepitia mambo mingi sana in the hands of the government as possible from the various leaders in this country, various prominent leaders in this country, and I will not be afraid to say who and who. I'll mention them by names. I give these letters to Raila Odinga first. I gave them to Mother Karua. I gave them to Mwangi Wairia, the former governor of my county, county. But none of them tried to respond to us about how we could get justice for our people. It's very sad, it's very bad. I hate the way we do things in this country. Kama hatuwezi make the institutions of this country to make for everyone, then we are only playing games, because we will not be here forever. Nobody will be here forever. We should do it not for us but for posterity. So I thought she would be in a position to help us to get justice for our people. That in the end we remember not the noise of our enemies but the silence of our friends. Because we should follow up and
nafikiri hiyo inaeleweka.
Kwa ile manifesto yetu ile ya Azimio, Baba aliongea about 6K, and I youth wako tu base. No, tunataka hii maandamano iendelee. Just vijana tunaumia. Hii maandamano wakati wale viongozi sababu wanatuelekeza pale mbele, sisi pia tunataka vilituko ucha alisema. Every Monday maandamano ikue kila siku. Ili wakati wanamalizana na ile mambo ya bipartisan, sisi pia sababu wakati tunaongea wakituona kama tuko barabarani ndio watatimiza vitu zetu. Watu pale waache. Asante sana.
Asante ndugu. Asante ndugu.
All protocols observed. Viva comrades, viva. Forward with organizing, forward. I'm Jerry Mwangi from the Social Justice Movement, Nairobi chapter. And my contribution hapa ni also teen moms and women in general, na pia the working class ambao wako Mathare. Mimi mwenyewe nimetoka Mathare. Na sisi tukitokea 20th siku ya maandamano tulitokea because of the high cost of living ambayo tuna experience sana, ambayo inatuumiza sisi kama wananchi ambao wako huko chini at the grassroots level. Bado hiyo haija change, na tunasema mediation ikiendelea huko na bipartisan room in the bipartisan room, sisi tunafaa pia sisi tunaendelea, kwa sababu Hon Kalonzo here amesema those people do not have direction, and sisi kama watu hatuwezi kubali kulidiwa with people who hawana direction. We should give direction. Na direction ni we put pressure so that the right team yekwe hapo mbele, so that kile sisi yenye tunataka sisi kama wananchi wa huko chini, na sisi kama women ambao tunateseka kila siku, has been noted, Cha has said before, tunataka vitu ambazo tunataka zikuwe presented hapo mbele. Na pia what Vincent has just said here, majority of the youths are not employed, na ndio inaleta also crisis zenye zinaendelea. Kuna high cost of living, kuna the youth that hurts. So ni lazima to march siku ya 7/7, tuende tuwatoe State House na tuweke the right people who ambao wako na interest ya the people at heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Na niwashukuru nyote mliotoa maoni haya hapa, na nitoe hakikisho kwamba yatashughulikiwa kikamilifu. Niombe sasa kumkaribisha kiongozi walio wachache katika bunge la kitaifa, mjumbe wa Ugunja, Mheshimiwa James Opio Wandai. Karibu Mheshimiwa Wandai.
Hello. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Baggy, and all protocol observed. I want to start by saying that as the Azimio la Umoja coalition, more particularly, we fully adopt the position taken by the social justice sector on these issues. Fully. Let me just ask those MPs who are here to just stand so that we know them. Just stand and wave. Very good. Asanteni sana. We also have in our midst the leader of majority of the Nairobi County Assembly, Mheshimiwa Peter Matok, and I think their whip, Mheshimiwa Moses Ogeto, and all the MCAs who are here. Kindly be upstanding for you to be acknowledged. Thank you very much. And let me say this about the so-called bipartisan process. You are aware, and all of us are aware indeed, that in the election of August 2022, upwards of 8 million Kenyans who are registered voters did not vote. So the question is, how that unless that bipartisan process is opened up to include external players, including the church, the student unions, the workers, the youth, the women, and everybody else, they cannot be allowed to proceed. And that is going to be the point of departure. that that process can only be an extra-parliamentary process. In any case, we know that Parliament has never offered solutions to this country whenever we have wanted solutions. As a matter of fact, Parliament has on many occasions been an impediment to the country's progress. And therefore, the Parliament of Kenya cannot pretend to be an alpha or omega. We must open up those discussions to include everybody else who don't subscribe to either Azimio or Kenya Kwanza. Sinamna hiyo. La pili, the current economic situation that we are facing, which has resulted in the government for the first time in our history failing to pay its workers, is directly linked or related to that election of August last year and its outcome, which we have rejected. Because anywhere else in the world, when a regime comes into power, it must first inspire confidence. If it is a legitimate administration, it must be able to reassure the investors, the business, the market, without even saying or doing anything. What we have seen with the Kenya Kwanza regime is the exact opposite. It has scared away everybody else, the investors, the market, and we have got a lot of uncertainty, which can only be addressed by opening up the server. And on the matter of the server, Your Excellency, Baba, we are aware that Venezuelans have been here for the past 3 or so weeks, tamper with the server, so that eventually, if the pressure is too much on them, they can open it up, and then we find falsified records. Those Venezuelans, we have been on their track. We have been trailing them, our dragnet. The last 2 weeks or so, they were staying in a hotel in Clarendon. When they realized we are on their tracks, they moved. They are on the run, but they are still in the country. We are also aware that they have had a meeting with the former CEO of IEBC. They have equally had a meeting with the former chairman of IEBC. So as we continue with the
party leader, kwanza, hii mambo ya kunegotiate na watu ambao hawajielewi, na nimesikia watu wameongea hapa, na watu ambao hawajielewi, watu wetu hawajui mahali pa kuelekea. Baba, hata tupambane. Watu tu wapambane. Wangapo wananuka mkono. Mata, uliza Eugene Mukima ambaye ni Madam Sakwa. Mama Asha Juma amemfukuza kazi saa hii asubuhi kwa sababu alikataa kufanya game, ameenda. Si wapi ameenda. Baba, kisha makuta yako. Fukuza watu kwa chama, toa watu kwa chama, tuende by election. Mimi niko tayari kuandika tu barua hata kama sina cha ukubwa kwa ODM.
Wakenya hoye! Wakenya hoye! Baba na Mama Martha, viongozi wetu, itifaki zote zikiangaliwa, ndugu zangu, mimi nataka kusema kitu kimoja tu, ya kwamba imefika wakati sasa ni lazima hii serikali ya Kenya Kwanza iaguke. Hawana njia. Sisi tuko naye pande hii akiwa ni mbunge wa Jubilee, na Jubilee kama mnavyojua iko ndani ya Azimio. Hivi sasa wanaanza kuchukua watu wetu wakisema kwamba wanaweka kwao ili waweze kufanya lile jopo la wale wabunge ambao tumechagua, saba upande huu, saba upande huu. Unaweza kuona kijana ama mtu anaitwa Eden Keinan. Mheshimiwa Eden Keinan, yeye ni mfuasi wa Jubilee. Kwa hiyo yeye yuko chini ya Kioni. Na ni makosa sana na ukosefu wa sheria ikiwa mnaweza kuchukua mbunge ambaye yuko pande huu. Equity ambao ni sheria inasema, if you want equity to come to you, if you want equity to help you,
you must come with clean hands. Baba, la wale watu ambao ni waheshimiwa ndani ya bunge, sababu upande wa sababu elewana. Lugha ambayo Kenya kwa moja. Wewe kama mwanaume, wewe kama mwanamke, wewe kama kiumbe cha ujue siku moja utakufa. Lakini hii nchi ya Kenya itaendelea. Mtu mwenyewe. Kwa hiyo sisi hatutaogopa mtu yote. Baba, pana nao vilivyo.
Bunge wa Kibra, Mheshimiwa Mwalimu